And the sunglasses are included?
No. Nothing wrong with gold. A bit of shiny is good for everyone. I love gold. Nothing. Just look at my gold Rolex. Look at my diamonds. No, there's nothing wrong with gold. I think it's how you use it.
Pallavi Dean is Dubai's most in-demand interior designer. She's responsible for over 150 of its hippest new restaurants, villas and hotels. Her modern way of thinking has gained her a reputation for revolutionising the city's tastes.
My father was an entrepreneur. He gave me that entrepreneurial spirit, good education. That's really shaped me as a human. My parents moved here as two single people trying to make a life for themselves. They met here, they fell in love here. I was born in the 80s, and my mom was more comfortable having me in India, so she went back, had me there, and I moved here when I was 3 months old. So I'm Indian, never lived in India. I think the better way to put it would be I'm Indian from Dubai.
Pallavi is one of over 1.6 million Indians now living here, the largest expat community in the city.
Far too glamorous for it to be a pleasure.
I honestly dress like this all the time. People always say this to me, but I go to sites like this. You wouldn't believe it. I'm not dressing down. They should dress up for me.
Today she's at her workshop to check on the progress of the biggest job of her career to date.
I was a scholarship student at a UAE university, and they're like, listen, we have this competition and you're up against some of the world's biggest companies and we want you to pitch for this project. And I was like, you want me, let alone me, to pitch for this project? Yes, I'm in. So we did the competition and we won the competition. And that's how it all started. Can you make it much thinner, like 1 millimeter? They're very hands-on with the design process. They were very clear on what this office had to be. It was the future of office design.
With such a high-profile client, almost all designs are highly confidential. And Pallavi is only allowed to tell us about the boardroom table.
Yeah, that's great. And then we can paint the inside of it white so you don't see the wood. Perfect.
It's 12 months into the design process, and the table's proven a stumbling block. The first effort was rejected for not following strict rules around modesty.
When you're working in this part of the world, modesty is a huge kind of consideration because your chairs are all around the table. You don't really want to see the bottom of an abaya or a kandura or someone's feet, the base. It has to be covered. So what we've thought of doing with the space, again, is having a very interesting concave, convex base. Also, the previous table, it was previously in an oval form. Now it mimics the architecture of that room, and it is circular.
Another issue currently holding up production is what materials should be used to create the table's surface. In the UAE, the more lavish and ornate your decor, the higher your status. So, Pallavi has a challenge on her hands.
I think that looks stunning rather than the marble, because the marble is so overdone. We're not in the 1980s. This is 2021. Let's push for a new material. I do this with all my clients. I'm quite annoying, actually.
You think you'll win?
I don't think so. But I am ever the optimist. Thanks, Shraddha. Thanks for putting that together. See you inside. Bye. That bin's really ugly. Let me move that bin. Sorry, 1 second. This.
You think that's ugly?
It's so ugly. I hate it. But it's really practical.
Interior designer Pallavi Dean is attracting international attention.
Should I move that cup? Sorry, it's on the counter. Give me a second. Let me just move that.
Her own home in the family district of Barsha has been given a 4-page spread in Vogue magazine.
We bought this place, and it was one of those stereotypical cookie-cutter houses in Barsha. Gutted it, and here it is.
This isn't a sort of gold tap place.
No, it isn't. And that's a very conscious decision. We just wanted a chilled out family home. It wasn't pretentious, it's not a show home. It's just a place where we unwind at the end of the day, spend our weekends, and just make memories, really. When you're younger, you want that really vibrant, dynamic, city living sort of lifestyle, right? And then you get a couple of pets, and then you get a couple of kids, and you realize, actually, what I want is peace and quiet, lots of space so I can get away from the kids and the pets. And that's when we moved to the suburbs.
Since the 1960s, Dubai's population has multiplied 80 times, and brand new developments pop up annually to cope with the demand for housing. Today, Pallavi is working in a new area of town called Festival City, applying the finishing touches to a soon-to-be-open Japanese restaurant.
That's perfect. Is that okay with your... Can you make a note of this dimension? Because again, you were pushing it up.
Can you bring meter?
There's lots of construction going on in Dubai. This isn't the last thing, is it?
That's what keeps architects and designers like me employed, gainfully employed. But it's fun because work here is so fast-paced, you know, and what we can turn around in 3 to 6 months would take a year somewhere else in the world. It's behind the logo, right? That's more than enough. Don't put any spots here because they'll just take it away from it. Try one more time. Just harass her. That's what I do. Just keep calling to chances like that stalker girlfriend. That's me. Answer the phone. Oh, try to calling.
Hi, Pallavi. We have received the approval from client for the materials of the project.
Okay.
Approved is the combination of polished marble and solid oak wood.
At least it's not all marble. There's a little bit of wood in there, but it's predominantly marble.
Yes.
All right, Chada, I'll call you back. Take care. Have a good day ahead. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Design is subjective. You know, what appeals to me might not appeal to them. There's always one of those wicked design problems, I think, in any project. And in this one, it was a boardroom table.